September 2024 was when Kuro Games released Wuthering Waves, an open-world gacha game that was meant to compete against Tower Fantasy and Genshin Impact. By that time, they had already done 2 closed betas and received various feedback from a lot of people, ending up having to change 90% of the plot and a lot of other things to suit their players' needs. At first, people thought, this was just another Genshin copy. It'll be bad and people will drop it after the hype dies. Some people criticized the characters' design, saying they looked too generic, too similar. Others hated the wordiness of the early story because they had the attention span of a fly. All in all, people expected nothing from this game on launch. It was okay, mediocre at best. There were connectivity issues, graphic errors, stuttering. It didn't really run well on mobile phones, etc., etc. As a result, people turned around and left. But then, the game started receiving updates. One after the other, the problems were being fixed, and the players were getting compensated. Merely 1 month after its release, Wuthering Waves had already given out 2 free 5-star characters and a weapon to its players as a reward for being patient and waiting for the errors to be fixed. Then, they started adding more content, more characters. The story got more interesting. A new map was added with new exploration mechanics and a beautiful cinematic boss fight. Jinsei and Changli absolutely blew out every other character by that point in terms of how good their animation and combat looked. Players were elated. In just a few months, the game went from a glitchy, stuttery mess to one of the best looking gacha games ever made. And by this point, they had already given out another 5-star character, giving any player who started on day 1 a full team of 5 stars without spending a single currency point. From my humble point of view, by now, it was already wrestling Genshin Impact and Tower Fantasy with a strong fist. That is, until the Black Shores update came out. When the Black Shores updates came, Kuro Games went all in on their fangirl mentality and created what is basically a mini Nier Automata inside Wuthering Waves. The entire patch was a tribute to the Nier series, from music to gameplay to even the final boss fights and the story, in a sense. And if you know anything about the Nier series, you should know that this patch was something special. The lore reveal was on point. The new mechanics were fun. The exploration tricks were wonderful. The music, God, the music was perfection. The characters released were top notch, and by now, Wuthering Waves had already become my top, most favorite gacha game of all time, toppling Honkai Impact. But that's it, right? There's no way Kuro Games can find a way to make this game somehow better, right? I mean, they've already fixed everything, gave us a shitload of content and great features. Surely now they will slow down and start doing boring updates, right? Wrong! Renacita came out right after and destroyed that notion by adding a massive map that doubled the amount of content in the game, adding new mechanics, new beautiful characters, and gameplay features such as literal flights, something that no other open world gacha game had the balls to do. You thought the Black Shores were peak? This is the sky beyond the horizon. Everything good about the Black Shores is right here and more. Cool story? Check. Good gameplay? Check. Beautiful characters? Check. Good music? Check. Everything you could possibly want, and it's still going. I cannot stretch this enough. This game is literally on a hot streak of complete domination, and it shows no signs of stopping. It does all the right things and avoids all the mistakes its predecessors made. The game is super free to play friendly. In fact, I haven't spent a single dime on my account, and I've got 2 fully kitted out teams. What's funny is that it's not like I went full on grind goblin or anything. I just played casually from time to time, doing events when I have time and exploring slowly when I feel like it. And yet, I still feel I'm rewarded. The quality of life is fantastic, and they're still improving it more, with the last update spitting in Genshin's face by adding artifact loadouts, a feature that was so craved by the Genshin community for years, and one that Hoyoverse refuses to add for whatever reason. Finally, and to make long things shorter, from a mediocre at best launch to possibly the best experience on the market right now, Wuthering Waves is, in my opinion, the best gacha game right now, period. And if you'd like to see more content on it from me, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment suggesting what you'd like to see next. I read all of them. Check out my Twitter and my Patreon to support me, God knows I need it. And with that, I'll just tell you right now that this was Imaginary Watcher, and I'll see you around.